It was supposed to be a routine multi-day expedition, just a research team, some thermal gear, and a remote island in the swamp. But within 24 hours, they'd be facing down charging hogs, dodging rocks thrown from the brush, and waking up to something pounding on the trees outside their tents. So, what happened? The first video tonight comes from Undiscovered Origins, a documentary crew that spends weeks at a time embedded in deep wilderness environments, tracking anomalous activity through professional audio analysis and thermal surveillance. They work closely with groups like Military Paranormal Investigations and the Texas Bigfoot Rangers. Most researchers do day trips. These guys stay until the forest stops watching them. The footage exists, so here we are. It's June 4th, 2026, Caddo Lake, Texas-Louisiana border.
Well, I'm gonna tell you now, we're probably still...
You got it on camera. Something threw a rock at us.
It's a magical place. The captivating beauty. The peaceful serenity. When you're here, it sings to you. When you're away from it, it calls for you. But there's something about it. Something primal, ancient, almost prehistoric. When the sun goes down, you become insignificant, because at night, this place comes to life.
The sun bleeds out over prehistoric wetlands, base camp established on Goat Island. The methodology explained: long-term immersion, letting the wildlife grow accustomed to their presence before anything unusual is expected to happen. The swamp shifts from serene to something older, something that was awake before they arrived and will still be awake after they leave.
Game plan here. I was just showing you how all these hog wallers were all around here. Yeah. And as I took about 2 more steps, I had one run at me. And anyway, I thought I was going to have to squeeze on him for a second. I finally hollered enough that he turned and went the other direction. But that was a little, that one got my heart pumping. So I've come to the conclusion so far that the scariest thing out here is the hogs, for certain. That's the 3rd time now that we've had interactions. Yep. And they've progressively gotten worse. So the first time we just saw them, kind of walked up on them. The second time I had one that was kind of bluffing me a little bit, and then that time he was kind of running at me. So anyway.
The lead investigator is picking through dense undergrowth torn up by foraging signs when he nearly steps on them. A sounder of wild hogs, suddenly everywhere. A massive sow squares off, head low, ears back, and launches into a bluff charge. He draws his sidearm, shouts aggressively. She turns, eventually. Adrenaline measured in distance of feet, not yards. They haven't even reached the interesting part of the trip yet.
You got it on camera. Something threw a rock at us. Whoop! Something threw a rock at us, dude.
You think it might have just been one falling?
From where? It hit this thing. That sucker hit the backside and fell into the water.
Well, I'm gonna tell you now, we're probably still...
Now, this incident's even a little more mind-boggling to me today than it was back then. And after a recent interview that I did where I provided this footage, I wanted to kind of maybe clear the air a little bit on some of it. But Rob and I always assumed that the rock came from straight...
Standing near an old bridge discussing drone operations, the quiet shatters. A rock, sizable, heavy, slams into the back wall of the structure with immense lateral force, splashes into the water right beside them. The team freezes. Later video analysis confirms what everyone already suspected. The trajectory originated from the dense brush directly behind where they were standing. Not a fall, not erosion. Thrown from concealment at people. .30 a.m. Final morning. The camp wakes to massive crashing and wood crunching moving through the undergrowth immediately outside the tents. Whatever it is, it's right there. Not across the island, not in the distance, right outside the fabric. Audio recorders catch what follows, heavy echoing tree knocks resonating through the timber. Not random, patterned, targeted. The kind of sound that makes you realize you've been monitored all night, and whatever was doing it just decided to make sure you know. They break camp early, storms rolling in. Back at base, the rock analysis lands, thrown from concealment feet away. Not overhead, not across the water, from directly behind them, while they were standing there, having a conversation about drones. But honestly, the rock analysis is what got me. Someone brought that rock in. What makes someone pitch a tent alone in woods where the trees themselves seem to be listening? For this explorer, it's the challenge of the forbidden. The promise of catching something most people never hear. But sometimes the forbidden doesn't just watch. It giggles, it knocks, it warns you exactly where it's standing. This is what he found. It's June 5th, 2026, Woodland, United Kingdom. Strayed explorer, a UK-based solo adventurer who blends bushcraft with ghost hunting, spending nights in abandoned mines and forgotten forests with nothing but a spirit box and night vision. Most campers listen for owls. He listens for voices. Most people avoid collapsed mine shafts. He sets up EVP recorders inside them. Let's jump into it.
What the hell is that noise? Why did that sound like a friggin' UFO flying over the trees? There was something right here above the trees. I've never felt more not alone. What the f*** is that? Alright then guys, we are back with another adventure after a 4-week break. Pretty sure it's been 4 weeks since I filmed a video last.
Total darkness now. A bizarre electrical humming passes directly above the tree line. Heavy, mechanical, moving with purpose. He scans the canopy with his flashlight, questioning if something is actively tracking his position from above. No aircraft behavior, no explanation, just a sound that shouldn't be there, passing overhead, in the dark.
I am not even kidding you. I hope you heard that. There was something right here above the trees. It didn't have that electrical sort of sound though, it was like a... The mic must have picked it up, I don't know how to explain it. It's freaking me out a little bit.
It comes back. Deeper this time. Low frequency. A second pass above the trees that vibrates rather than hums. Something massive moving through the air above a forest that has no runway, no flight path, and no reason for anything that size to be there.
There we go. Just before I hit record, and as soon as I put the light on, this weird, creepy little voice went, like it laughed when I put the light on. I'm going to put the light on and see if it does it again. Man, that's bright.
Then the giggling comes back. A little girl's voice echoing from the pitch black. And immediately after, two heavy, deliberate thuds, exactly like a fist knocking on a wooden door, except there's no door, no house, no structure of any kind, just trees, and whatever is standing between them, knocking.
I'm behind you. Why did that sound like a different voice as well? That's why I heard that little girl's like giggling, or it was a giggle. And I'd say it was a girl.
Watchers.
Watchers. Who's watching? In that mine where we're going to go in a minute, I had an EVP. Well, I had a few EVPs in there. The one said, I them down here. You could just...
Deep inside a collapsed mine shaft, EVP recorder running. The playback captures a gravelly, distorted voice, something like Peter Tomorrow or Be Tomorrow, and then immediately after, a faint, disembodied scream. From somewhere further down, a shaft that should be empty. Activity started before camp was set. Didn't stop until dawn. Electrical anomalies overhead. Disembodied giggling that reacted to his light. Phantom knocks in the timber. Direct location warnings through the device. He woke up exhausted, throat dry, sore-eyed, convinced something had surrounded him all night. Packed up fast, said he'd never return. I'm not sure I'd have made it past the first giggle. That specific detail. Something reacting to the flashlight. That's the part that doesn't leave you. He's 20 feet from his campfire when the box starts talking. The walls are closing in. An ancient spirit is watching. And that's just the first 2 minutes. By the end, it'll be threatening his life. Let's take a look. It's May 20th, 2026, Cannock Chase, England. Supernatural Insights. Chad, a UK investigator who specializes in high-stakes ghost hunting across British hotspots like Cannock Chase. He combines primitive survival tactics with technical gear, camping alone in pitch-black woods while spirit boxes feed him messages from the dark. Most people would take "stay out of the woods" as good advice. Chad takes it as an invitation. This is what came back.
Welcome back, guys. Wayne, Chad, Supernatural Insights, and we are here. Mechanic chase. Alright, 03:39, 20 to 4 in the morning. Just on around, got lots of fire. Things. I've been here since about what time is it here? 1 o'clock today. Yeah. So we are gonna go for a walk now, guys. Let's see. But we're walking around from the activity. Oh, we're just walking around.
20 to 4 in the morning. Chad establishes primitive base camp, deep in ancient woodland. Fire crackling, darkness pressing in from every direction. The kind of isolation that makes every sound significant. He prepares to walk beyond the fire's safety into the pitch-black trees, voluntarily, at 3:40 in the morning in Cannock Chase.
The walls are closing in on you.
The walls are closing on you. Okay. I don't think they are because they're right in the middle of the woods.
Ancient spirit.
It's ancient spirits. Oh, come on, let's go for a walk. I'm going to leave this one, guys.
Charles.
Deeper now, further from the fire. The device turns. A clear, authoritative voice cuts through the static with one instruction: stay out of the woods. Chad is currently in the woods. He keeps walking.
Find my grave.
Then the device stops being cryptic. A two-part phrase outputs clearly: pay your attention, die. Not a warning, not a suggestion, a threat. In the middle of the forest, at 3:40 in the morning, alone.
Tonight is the night. Come on, Spirit, can you come in?
Yes, I did.
Yes, you did. What, you did talk to me on this device? Yes, I did.
It's me, I'm here.
Says, it's me, I'm here.
He's still standing there, still in the dark, and the box delivers one final gravelly whisper. Tonight. Tonight is the night. Something planned, something specific, something that now has a timeline. He retreats to the fire, and here's where it gets strange. The tone shifts completely. I'm no longer in pain. You're surrounded by love. The same device, the same woods, completely different entity. Or the same one deciding Chad has had enough. He leaves his audio running, stays the night, alone, in Cannock Chase, after being told he would die there. The death threat, the name, the grave, the prediction, and then peace. I don't know which half is more unsettling, but honestly, I'm still trying to process that decision-making. He stayed. Radium Hot Springs sounds like a spa day, the kind of place you'd book for relaxation, mindfulness, maybe some yoga. But when the sun goes down in Kootenay and the birds suddenly stop singing, that hot spring energy shifts into something else entirely. Let's get into it. It's June 30th, 2023, British Columbia, Canada. Deep Woods Discoveries. Ash, a wilderness enthusiast who blends cryptid tracking with spiritual practice, using singing bowls and natural gifts to connect peacefully with what she calls Sabe. Not Bigfoot, not a monster, just the hidden residents. While most hunters use aggressive tactics, she raises her frequency. While most people would run at the first whoop, she responds with gratitude. She made it out with the footage.
Welcome. Nature-infused Ash here, foraging with Bigfoot. Night number 1. On my own, out in the deep, deep, deep wilderness of Radium, Kootenay. By myself. Second night. Everyone left today at about 1 o'clock. Did some exploring. And now just being. It's a little different being out here all alone.
Second night alone. The day passes peacefully. Birds, dragonflies, ordinary forest life doing ordinary forest things. Around 6:30 p.m., she begins her ceremony, singing bowl. Internal frequency raised, attempting contact without threat, which is either an incredibly evolved approach to cryptid research or the most polite way anyone has ever invited something large out of the trees.
Okay, this is getting intense. Sitting here, standing, more like it, just playing the singing bowl, and then all of a sudden I hear way over in the background, like a whoop, hoop. I was like, oh, okay. So put my singing bowl in the car and started to really just ground into my body, because as much as, you know, you can be prepared. And look at this beautiful hummingbird. Oh my God. Magic. Red hummingbird. Oh, we'll go over here, see if he'll fly by. Anyway.
1 minute later, the second whoop rings out, louder, closer, covering ground at a speed that makes the first one feel like a greeting and this one feel like an arrival. Ash packs her bowl and vital gear into the vehicle, grounding herself, controlling her heart rate, preparing to leave if the situation decides for her.
Back. Over here. There's a knock. Yep, a knock. When I did hear the sounds, there was a shift in energy. It was completely silent. So that's how another indication that I know it was them, because it went from birds, squirrels, to absolutely nothing. No sound, no movement, just the two whoops. Yep.
Morning. She returns to the gifting area, a spot she's maintained for a full year. A valuable medicinal polypore mushroom and a piece of chaga left as offerings, gone. Taken cleanly, not scattered by wind or wildlife. Taken.
That is it. Officially, my gift has been taken. Whoop. All right. Okay, Ashley's a little nervous up here all by herself. Whew, on the gifting area. As you can tell, we left 4 apples up here. And they are all gone. Whew. Intense. This is amazing, you guys. My gift's gone. The apples are gone. Woo! They were here last night. 2 whoops and a knock, baby. Thank you, they say. Hello.
Cleaning up camp, dancing, projecting gratitude into the trees. A final tree knock cuts through the air. Parting acknowledgement, like closing a door gently on the way out. 2 nights. Distant calls became close-range pursuit, became tree knocks, became accepted offerings, became a goodbye. Ash de-escalated through gratitude when most people would have fled in panic. She left feeling honored, safe, already planning the next trip. Started as spa day vibes, ended as a conversation with something that took her apples and said goodbye. And honestly, that's one of the stranger sentences I've had to say on this channel. You ever see that Sopranos episode where Paulie and Christopher drive a guy out to the Pine Barrens to whack him, lose him in the snow, then nearly freeze to death, wandering in circles until Tony has to rescue them? These guys didn't see it. If they had, they'd know the Barrens don't just confuse you, they digest you. Let's see what happened. It's November 29th, 2024, the Pine Barrens, New Jersey, Paracurious, an independent team that throws darts at maps to pick haunted locations, then camps in them. Tonight's dart landed on the 1.1 million acre Pine Barrens, famously home to the Jersey Devil, and, if mob lore is to be believed, about 15 missing Russians. Their trail map doesn't match the actual trails. Their GPS doesn't work, and something out there is talking to them. The camera kept rolling.
So the dart landed closest to the Pine Barrens in New Jersey, famously haunted by the New Jersey Devil. The forest is 1.1 million acres large, and it is known to be the most haunted forest in America.
What was that noise?
What noise?
I heard like something moving up in one of the trees.
Look over there. I'm just looking if this is like...
I thought you said what's over there.
So the story of the New Jersey Devil originates in the 1700s with a family called the Leeds. The mother of the family was known as Deborah Lead. Along with her husband and her 12 kids, they lived deep in the Pine Barrens. You know, I feel like the trail is not making sense with that picture I showed you, Aids. I feel like it's going way more out.
Me too.
The family lived a simple life surrounded by dense forests, isolated from the rest of the world. The family was looked down upon from the rest of the town for having different political and religious views. After some time, the family started getting into some cult activities involving their religion. The stories say that Mother Lead had her 13th child, and it turned into a demon now known as the New Jersey Devil. The night of the birth was a stormy night for the Pine Barrens. While the storm was happening, Mother Leeds gave birth inside the family's home. When the child was born, the baby was twisted and deformed, with the body of a child, but wings like a bat, hooves of a goat, head of a horse, and eyes that glowed red.
See, I feel like we've been going straight for a while.
Me too.
This path has been straight.
Yeah. The abomination let out a scream before bursting through the roof of the house and vanishing into the night sky. The family was never the same after that night. Some say Mother Leeds went mad, while others say she disappeared, never to be seen again. As crazy and far-fetched as this story sounds, for centuries, thousands of people have reported seeing the Jersey Devil lurking and flying through the Pine Barrens.
Navigating away from camp, they stop dead. Distinct sounds of unseen people talking, following them through the darkness, keeping pace, staying just out of sight, like Christopher chasing that interior decorator through the snow. Except this time, nobody knows who's chasing who.
Dude, wow. You are so big, dude. Run.
You can't even like see him on video.
Dude, that's terrifying.
Oh my god, it's like a tarantula. We're getting swarmed by bugs standing still, so let's keep going.
It's widely talked about how a lot of the bodies buried in the Pine Barrens are from the mob or gangs in New York City or Philadelphia. The gangs and mobs will come to the Pine Barrens to dispose of their bodies or any evidence that could get them in prison, and they bury it here because they know no one's ever going to find it. It's also said that the Pine Barrens have their own species of rattlesnake, and when you go into more of the brushy areas of the forest, there's these bugs called chiggers.
Spirit communication device on. After cryptic responses naming Lillian and Eleanor, a direct voice cuts through. Leave me alone. 3 words. Clear. Authoritative. The only command in Pine Barrens history that anyone has ever actually listened to. These guys don't listen.
Clay, don't run after it.
It's a bicycle.
What the Was there a bike there when we first came in?
It's rusted. You can tell it's been here for a while.
This is the trap to get us off the trail and then we get lost.
We're like 4 feet off the trail. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you believe in ghosts?
I'd say like a 9 or a 10.
Really?
No, not like a 9 or a 10, like a 7 or 8.
Ritual site. Spirit talker going wild. Lucifer. We're all around you. The bad man's here. Names cycling through. Raymond, Dominic, Megan. The Pine Barrens has a documented history as a mob dumping ground. Those aren't random names. Those are residents. These aren't interior decorators. These are the decorated.
It's almost on red.
Can you make that stop? Oh my god. It's being... that means it's physically being touched.
Yeah.
When it blinks red like that. Can you stop? I'm gonna turn the device off. Make it stop. You have 5 seconds, and then I'm gonna turn the device off.
It's slowing down.
Violent localized noise erupts directly beside them. A heavy deliberate stomp into the sand, kicking up loose dirt and brush right next to where they're standing. Not a footstep, a statement. Something making sure they know it's there.
It's like this way. Shh. Can you make that stop, please? Shit. There's like a pack of wolves.
I say we wrap this up, like finish the ritual.
That's terrifying.
Okay, Palo Santo.
Jeez. They're surrounding us. I hear them this way.
They try to finish the cleansing ritual. A large pack of coyotes, or coy wolves, begins howling in a tight radius, overlapping from multiple directions simultaneously, surrounded in pitch black. The wildlife has opinions too. The banishment ritual completes. The howling stops instantly. The equipment cuts out. Dead silence. Back at the tent, one investigator physically nauseous from the negative energy, another admitting he felt manipulated to leave the ritual unfinished. Clay does a 10-minute solo lockdown before they pack up and drive deeper into the Pine Barrens, because apparently one night wasn't enough. Paulie lost his shoe out here. These guys lost their trail map, their nerve, and their faith in protective salt circles. But at least nobody had to eat ketchup packets. He's floating in a canoe at midnight, headphones cranked to catch loon calls, when something shrieks from the branches directly above him. He's alone by a remote creek at dawn when he feels the eyes. Looks up. 15 paces away, across the water, a wolf is watching and waiting. Let's get into it. The sixth and final video tonight comes from Cabin Life, Glenn and Maureen, a Canadian couple documenting off-grid living on 40 forested acres in Ontario. No jump scares, no spirit boxes, just high-quality field recordings, authentic wilderness encounters, and the occasional apex predator staring contest. They set out to record wolves howling. They got a front row seat to the food chain instead. He made it out with the footage.
Hi, I'm Glenn.
I'm Maureen. We heard the wolves howling again last night.
So today we're placing our recorder near the location that we heard the wolves howling from, right near our off-grid cabin on our 40 acres here in the wilderness of Ontario, Canada.
Glenn recalls a night floating in a canoe under pitch-black sky, headphones cranked, waiting for distant loons. A bizarre, jarring shriek shatters the silence from the branches directly above him. His first encounter with a caterwauler, the rare, highly territorial mating call of a barred owl. Not dangerous, but the kind of sound at midnight in total darkness that leaves your heart somewhere in the bottom of the canoe.
Felt that something was watching. I looked up. To my astonishment, there was a big wolf quietly standing about 15 steps from me. This was a big wolf. It was not a coyote. I think it may have been an eastern gray wolf. And when I first saw this majestic wolf standing there watching me, as I dabbled playing with the rocks in the stream, I was surprised, not just by its presence, but by the fact that it was just standing there. My immediate thought was, am I in danger? But it didn't look menacing, and
Neither of them moves. The standoff holds in absolute silence. Glenn slowly rises, keeps eye contact, doesn't run. And the wolf, instead of aggressing, clears the entire creek in a single effortless bound and casually strolls up the hill. Doesn't look back, doesn't hurry, just leaves, on its own terms, which somehow feels more unsettling than if it had charged.
presence, my curiosity got the better of me, and I thought, should I? I may never get this opportunity again. Should I give a short howl? Just to see? Dare I? So I gave a nice howl and waited. And then I heard this in return. Not only did I
back at the fire, Glenn breaks down the survival reality. If you face an aggressive wolf, fight every instinct telling you to run. Stand your ground. Make yourself large. Look menacing. Use noise and fire. Be the boss. Simple in theory, considerably harder when you're processing the memory of one standing 15 paces away in total silence.
Packing up, heading on back to the cabin.
That sounds like a plan. Sounds like a good idea.
Okay, well, all packed up. That was a nice coffee, and back we go through the bush towards the trail, and keep your eye open for eye shine. Well, at least we...
Darkness settles. They pack the gear, navigate home by starlight, scanning the shadows for eyeshine the whole way back. The 40 acres feel considerably larger in the dark, with that howl still echoing somewhere behind them. Back at the cabin, warm, safe, Glenn reflects that humans are merely visitors in the animal's backyard, and the data supports it. Wolves naturally avoid people. The encounter transformed from fear into something closer to wonder. They close with one crucial lesson: never mimic wolf howls during spring denning season. The wolf that answered tonight was curious. A denning mother would not be. Would you have held that eye contact? Or would your legs have carried you away before your brain caught up? That's it for tonight. If you watched all the way to the end, you're either very brave or you made some questionable life choices. Either way, like and subscribe, hit the bell, and click one of the videos on screen. I'll be back soon with more reasons to stay indoors. See you then. And if you made it this far, there was a hidden word somewhere in tonight's video. Drop it in the comments if you caught it.